Hi there, I'm Adam, and this is my little teardrop trailer, as it's known in the trade. It's a little camper, and the thing is, every time I take it out camping or go somewhere with it, people always come to me and go, wow, that looks amazing, that's cool. Can you sleep in it? Is there a kitchen? Is there a toilet? Or is there this, that and the other? And I thought, well, instead of telling people every time, oh, this, that and the other, I thought I'd make this little video to tell you all about the outside of it, the inside of it, and where it was made and how it was made. And in fact, one good thing about this little camper is it's made in Ukraine.
Yep, this baby is made in Ukraine, and I've been the proud owner of the X-LINE for about 2 years now. The company, Lifestylecamper, has been in existence for something like 7 years or so and developed rapidly, now producing 3 different teardrop style camper models. My X-LINE, a more traditional steel drop model as it's known, and they recently launched the Simple Drop, a more basic version of the X-LINE. Lifestylecamper can be found with dealers right across Europe, New Zealand as well, and in the UAE. However, not in Luxembourg where I'm based, which is a bit disappointing, so I chose to buy from a lovely dealer in Holland. A shout out to Suzanne at Saris 4x4. Hi! All models have various options and accessories like heating, external shower, different battery options, awnings, etc. But I won't bore you with that here, as you can find the details on the website. Lifestylecamper was actually forced to halt production when Russia invaded Ukraine and bombarded Kiev, where the headquarters, warehouse and productions are located. Luckily, however, they were left unscathed, and following the withdrawal of Russian troops from around Kiev, the company announced on the 12th of April 2022 that production could begin once again. Since then, they've been merrily shipping their fabulous campers to their dealers everywhere, and long may they continue to do so. Okay, on with showing you around my little X-LINE.
As I previously said, this model is called the X-LINE, and one of the reasons this is called the X-LINE probably is because of this really special coating called linex, which is like ultra, I don't know what you call it, it's very, very rough, and it resists rain, scratches, anything. One of the things I've really noticed is that it absorbs the heat, but the heat doesn't transfer into the cabin. Really cool, that stuff. But one warning I have to say, do not wash it with a sponge or it'll get like grated sponge. The other good thing about it is there are no seams whatsoever in the whole camper. There's no seams, everything is totally sealed. And this has a front tongue box, as it's called, with a, this is a small version of it. There are 2 versions. This is a small one with entrance on either side into the tongue box for storage. This trailer actually has these big chunky off-road tyres because it's actually designed as an off-road trailer. It also has a 12-volt inlet outlet socket here, which can be used for solar power or external items that you may have. Above it, which you can't actually see because it's blocked by the awning, is roof rails. That's really good. And over here we have water inlet, because actually underneath there's a tank of about 58 litres, which is quite big for such a small trailer. Electric's main power socket, so for camping, main power inlet. And here, this is a really cool feature. These lights, when you're driving, the backwards and forwards lights, are like on the rubber things. Look at this is cool. I really like that. As I mentioned before, this has an optional extra little awning. This is a very light one. This is how it looks like when it's rolled up. And this is how it looks when it's up. Cool, hey? The lights on the back of this are quite funky really, I think, for the driving lights. I mean, the brake lights, the indicators and the reverse light. And it has this cool, like, strippy, you know, like modern cars do. I've forgotten what the name is, but it doesn't matter. Well, while we're on the back though, have a look at this. It's a plaque. Every camper gets a plaque. And this shows the number of the camper. This is number 344. So on this side of the camper, you have another compartment. And this is specifically for the gas for the cooker. I've actually got 2 bottles stored in here, and I also use it for other storage. So it's quite a very useful little compartment. So coming back to the front of the trailer, we have, of course, a brake, jockey wheel. It's on an Alco chassis, the German company. We have a 13-pin plug for the car, which also can charge the trailer while it's driving, should you need it. And to be honest, don't we all find technical info a bit kind of boring and tedious? So instead of talking loads of technical shite, here's a little video to explain. By the way, let me introduce you to my dogs, which may interrupt in the middle of the set. This is Jaco, this is Dolly. So onto the kitchen, or the galley as it's known. Before I go into great detail, I want to tell you anything I don't mention that you see is an extra that I have added, so that's why I'm not mentioning it. Okay, so first look on this right side, we have a sink, which is a breadboard. There's a sink, it's quite nice, with running water there. And as previously mentioned, the water tank is below, 58 litres of it on that back. We have cupboards here, right and left, with push locks like this. Nice, I put my cutlery in there. On this side, I put my food in there. And in the middle cupboard, let's look at the middle cupboard, it's where the battery charger is. And very nicely above it, as you can see, are all the fuses. And they're all nicely labelled as which fuse belongs to which. And below is a cutlery drawer. Okay. Here is a fridge, or that's a ice box as you want. I've got my fridge here, and the battery for the camper is under here, under the sink. On this side we have, as an option, this is a 2-burner cooker, gas cooker. There you go. That's an option. You also get 1-burner or 2-burner. Above, so let's have a look at electrics. I think this is really cool. I've not seen this before in another camper. It's like a cockpit, retro cockpit design, I think. It's pretty nice. So on here, you've got quite a lot of electrics. You've got the light, the backlight, which is on the door. You can switch the fridge on and off separately. The main power switch, which I've just switched off, that's clever of me. The car power, so that means the car can charge the battery or not charge the battery. An inverter, if you want it on or off. I don't have one on this trailer. And then you have the mains electrics for 220 volts. That's for whether you have an inverter. Another one here for bypass that comes directly from the mains power. Above, a 12-volt socket. The voltmeter here tells you how many volts. And also this one tells you the percentage of the battery. I switch between the two. Oops. Here a USB port. So USB and USB-C. I added the USB-C. And here we have 2 lights. The first light lights up when it's connected to the mains power, so you know they're on. And if the battery drops below 11 volts, this little red light comes on. And the rest is stuff that I've added. This shelf is very useful. Above it, a nice kitchen roll holder, and the rest are things I've added. You'll see there are speakers here as well. That's because there's a nice stereo in the inside. And that's the kitchen. So let's have a look inside the cabin. First of all, it has doors on either side, very big doors in fact, that clip here, clip it open. And currently it's in sofa mode. It has two modes, sofa mode and sleeping mode. So if you look at this now, this is sofa mode and this is sleep mode. It's about 2 meters long, 1 meter 40 wide, which is enough space for 2 people and dogs. Isn't that right, Jaco? So let me take you on a tour of the inside. It's really cozy in here. But first of all, let's open the second door because there's a door on either side and swing that back. And then we can see in the cabin, it's nice and airy. So first of all, we have a control panel, as you would like one similar to the one in the kitchen. There's a switch for the outdoor light. There's an upper light, which is an LED strip. We have a backlight, which is another LED strip. And I've added an extra light below for the feet. You have a 12-volt socket here. Another socket here for the main socket, and a cool stereo. And that stereo also has speakers here and in the kitchen, as you saw before. Below where my feet are, there are vents and these stringy net things. It's pockets, cup holders. There you go. And behind me, a nice soft headboard. This big window, this is a nice window. It's actually an option. You can have this window, you can look at the stars at night. And on either side here, I'll ignore this light because I added this light, are USB sockets on either side. So there's a lot of connection in this camper. And it's really cozy. You sleep really well at night. Also, let's say in the front here, you have 2 cupboards on either side. This one's empty at the moment. This one's, and here, cupboards. A nice space for stuff here. Lifestyle Camper sometimes puts a TV in here, but I didn't go for that option. And above me is a roof window. And in this one, as an optional extra, is an electric fan. It's really good at night and it pulls in cold air and sucks it out, bringing a nice flow of air, or it can blow down. It's a really good fan, nice to have. And there's something you'll notice in this trailer, it's that all the walls, the ceiling are all with soft furnishings, like and the floor as well. Everything, there's no like bare wood showing, and that's really good for insulation, and there's absolutely no condensation problem whatsoever in this trailer. So this trailer has a original way of dealing with mosquitoes. Most trailers have or campers have curtains or some kind of netting. This one has a system on the outside, a separate thing that you just clip. Got this mesh netting. You just clip to the side like so. Voila. No mosquitoes. Oh, and I nearly forgot the pièce de résistance of this trailer. Something special is this shelf here. If I unhook it and pull it out, it becomes a table on the outside. Let me just put it together. Oop. Lift this up here, lift this up here, goes in there. And I can, excuse me, Dolly, clip it in here like so. Ta-da! It's a table. It's really great for the kitchen, in fact, like a bar almost. Don't know if anyone's noticed this before, but this handle is in the shape of a caravan. Clever, hey? So, Dolly, you enjoying yourself? Okay, so one question I think is a very important one, of course, is how much is this X-LINE camper from Lifestyle Camper? Well, I've seen this for, I think, just under 17,000 euros when I last looked. So it was 16,990 upwards to about 24,000 euros, which, depending on all the options you have, which if you look at the options in the market, the other models, it's pretty amazing. It's really good quality. I've had this now for 2 years and not any degradation at all. Just to point out, I don't work for Lifestyle Camper. This isn't any advertising. It's my genuine opinion after owning this beautiful little camper for 2 years. I hope you've enjoyed this little video, and there's a lot of things I didn't mention, optional extras, which I've added, which I may add to a future video if you're interested. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Start over again.